Hi and welcome to MFL Outdoors, and tonight's foxing night, and as you can see it's already dark. It's going to be a cold one, -2, lovely. Used to that now. And I've got the usual gear. I'll put that all in the video description so you can read that if you're interested in all the gear that's being used. Right, without further ado, I'm going to get everything together and yeah, and then we'll get out there, see what we can find. When I first arrived on site, before I even started filming, I was welcomed by this breathtaking sunset. I had to just snap a quick photo to share with you all. Right, I'm just having a scan around, and there's a hare running across the field. It's nice to see. Conditions are quite good at the moment for the thermal, as you can see from the picture. This is on the Infiray UH50 Thermal. I chose the UH50 because it's great for looking out at distance, and because of the land that I shoot on, it is all fell side. I need to see a long way out. It wouldn't be a good choice if you were a woodland shooter, anything up close range. The magnification's just too high on it. You'd be better off with a spotter that had a lower magnification and a wider field of view. That heat signature that you can see there in the middle of the screen, that very small one, is actually a mole sitting on the top of his molehill. Everything seems clear at the moment, and I'm not surprised. We've got quite a high moon, and it's lighting everything up like a Christmas tree. We've also got -2, so it's pretty cold as well. I think everything's staying to the wood lines, but we'll persist, see what happens. Well, I wasn't expecting a Chinook helicopter to come overhead. Thought we were getting invaded for a moment there. Plenty of hares running around tonight, which is always nice to see. I love watching them through the thermal. Right, well, it's absolutely freezing, so I think it's time for a drink. And I've treated myself to a pot noodle in a thermos. Hopefully that'll warm me up a bit. And I've got some Cadbury's white chocolate drink. Lovely. Right, I'm going to have that, and then we'll continue having a look around. And there's our first badger of the night. I was surprised to see it actually, because of the temperature being so low. And although badgers don't actually hibernate, they enter a state called torpor, which means they can sleep for days or weeks at a time, and then just come out on the warmer nights when they're wanting something to eat, when they're hungry. But obviously, yeah, they must have been quite hungry to be driven out. And we've got a husker hares messing around there. We've got a couple more up here as well. You'll see that the picture's degraded now, and that's because we've got thick fog coming in. I was dreading this. It comes in really quickly up here. I mean, you can talk like minutes and it's here. So I'll just have to wait and see what happens. And there we've got the badger making its way back. Looks like it's heading back to its set. As you can see, the visibility is gradually getting worse as the fog's creeping up the valley. Although the thermal's a lot better for hunting in foggy conditions than night vision, because obviously with night vision the IR light just reflects back just like any car headlight or similar would do, so it's impossible to hunt with night vision. It does get to the point with thermal where even that isn't any good, like now. I decided to wait and see what would happen, and it's just as well I did, because within 20 minutes the fog had lifted and we're back to visibility again. Here we've got a badger coming up. He's heading back to his set. And to be honest, I don't blame him or her. And here's our first fox of the night, and about time too. But unfortunately it's over 1,000 meters away from where I am. It's walking along the top of a dry stone wall. They often do this because they hunt for small mammals that are living in the walls or anything that's either side, and they get a good vantage point from there. I watched it for a while and then it dropped down the other side of the wall and disappeared. And there we have a tawny owl flying through the lower part of the valley. And as you can see, it just spooked a partridge as it flew overhead. The owl turned around and then decided not to bother. I'm spotting out the window of the truck at the moment, and this hare's coming right up by the truck. This fence isn't far off from where I am. It's about 20 meters away. And we've got another badger making its way down, and you can see right at the top there's another badger out on there as well. These are all from the same set, and eventually they all make their way back down and head back across the field where I am. And here we have our second fox for the night. I tried to get it to come in nearer with the Fox Pro caller, and I've got that sitting on the roof of the truck. But unfortunately it didn't take the bait and carried on up and disappeared. These two hares were just having a right ruckus down by me. They weren't far away, and then they just took off, one chasing the other. And as you can see them now, it's quite funny. But they're going at some speed to get across that fell. The other one's just disappearing there. I think that the one behind wants to give up now. You can just see it going over the brow there now. It was so funny. Okay, well it's 2:20 now, and I think everything's buggered off to bed. There's no rabbits out anymore. There's very few hares about now. Badgers have gone in, and I've seen no more foxes. So the only two foxes that were seen was that one that was about a mile away, and the other one that had no interest in the caller or stopping whatsoever. So that's just the way it goes sometimes, and nothing you can do about it. Plus the fact I was having to compete with quite a bright moon tonight. So, and now I'm going to get the gear together, and then when I get to the top of the track, I shall come back to you. I was just about to leave, and I thought I'd give it one more scan. I saw that bird flying across, and then in the back there we've got another fox coming in, so I'm going to hang on and see what this one does. It's starting to make its way down slowly. It's going around the heaps there and seeing what it can find, but I'm not going to use the caller. They're just not interested in it at the moment, so I'm just going to sit tight and see what happens. It started to make its way down, and then eventually it started to turn to go up the bank, so I gave it just a few hand squeaks to see if it would bring it in, and it did come down into the bottom of the valley, but it actually made its way towards those trees there that you can see now, and I just saw its head peek through, and it must have caught sight of the truck in the moonlight and it just ran. I waited around and watched his hair for a while to see if the fox would turn back up again, but it was no joy. So that's just one of those things. Right, up next is the Voopeak TC08 Trail Cam, and as usual I'll give you a first look at it, and then once it's been out for a while I shall let you see the footage. I was just about to go. It's now 20 past 3 and there was one of the fox turned up, so I hung on a little bit to see if it would get a bit nearer, but I think it caught the outline of the truck in the moonlight and it decided that wasn't a good idea. It was probably right. So it did a runner, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I'm heading home. Right, well, from nighttime me to daytime me. So yeah, we're going to put the Voopeak TC08 up, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So without further ado, let's get on with it. This is the Voopeak TC08. It's a solar integrated hunting camera. It's IP66 waterproof. It has Wi-Fi connection to your smartphone, and it has a 0.1 second trigger according to the box, and it also has 3 PIR sensors with 120 degree detection range, so that's quite good. Anyhow, I'm going to get this out of the box so you can have a look. I'll also put the specifications as normal up here. Or it could be up here. Anyhow, let's get this out of the box, and if by magic... Right, so that's it out of the box, and as you can see, it has the solar panel there, has the sensors and the IR LED on the front here, and it's very easy to open up. And there you go. And on here, we have the place, oh, it's underneath here, that's the place for the SD card. And it also has a place for your USB-C, which is just there. It has a colour screen, and that's your controls on there. So you can do that manually, or you can do it through your phone as well, which is what I'll be doing. And as you can see here, it has a built-in battery, but it's also got a place for 4 AA batteries, and that's a backup. So if the solar fails and the battery runs out in this, it'll then switch over to the internal 4 batteries, which gives it a bit longer. It'll probably give it time for the solar to charge up the internal battery again. Anyhow, I'm going to find somewhere to put this up, and yeah, we'll leave it out for a couple of weeks, see how it does, see what footage we pick up. Maybe try it here. Right, that's initially where I'm going to put it. I've got to put the cables through, and I want to actually check it with my phone. So there it comes on. It's going to ask me for my code. Put that in. Okay, so we've got that on. I can see what's going on there. That looks pretty good the way that is. On position. resolution, so we've got that at 4K 30 frames per second. Record time is for 25 seconds when it's been triggered. Record audio is on. PIR sensitivity is medium. Loop recording is off. Fill light intensity is auto. Monitoring period is off. We're not setting any of that. Date and format. Date format 24 hours. Date stamps on. Camera name's been put in. Wi-Fi off in 2 minutes. Then you can format the SD card, which we will do. We'll do that now. Format. Access, so it's done that. We've got free space. And the AA batteries are at 100%. So we're all go. As you can see there, you can control everything on the camera. Recording, photo. I mean, where we've got it is just ideal. That's exactly where I want it. So I'm going to leave it in that position and put the lock on now. I'll come back to you when I've done that. As tight as I can get it. Better. Right, that's about it. Okay, so there you can see that's where it's pointing. So it's actually pointing down there towards the gate. So anything's going to be coming through and funneled into there. So we should pick it up. All going well. So let's see what we've got. There, we can't complain on that. It's got quite a good field of view. You know, you look at that. The width it's got is really good. Should get some stuff coming through. Pity I couldn't have put it there. That's where I wanted it. Right. Well, we'll leave that there and see what we get over the next couple of weeks. Right, let's head off out of here. Right, well, as you see, we've got the camera set up. It's not in quite the position I wanted it. I'd liked it pointing directly through the gate, but I wouldn't have had any solar or any light getting to the solar panel. So it has to be where it has to be for now. I can probably trim a couple of branches off that other tree later on so that I can put the camera in there as well. But we'll see how it goes. I should still get some footage of stuff going through and coming down from those 2 runs that I showed you. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some good stuff. See how it goes anyhow. So what's left for me to say is thanks very much for watching. Take care. We didn't get one this time, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.